standard tuning, we're going to go to drop D. And then our next string, the A, is going to go down to a G. So you don't really need a tuner, you can just kind of tune your guitar, hitting the 6th and 4th string, and tuning the 6th string down, and then hitting the 5th and 3rd string, and tuning that 5th string down to a G. So altogether you should have D, G, D, G, B, E. And so here we go from the top. We've got this harmonic intro that is at the beginning. And we've got this right hand pattern that I'm doing. And I'll just show you on open strings. So really quickly, so again, just starting from bar 1, so I'm going thumb, index, middle, ring, and then my ring finger is jumping down to the highest string here, middle, index. So it's, oops, don't do what I just did. Here it is again. So just try that, get comfortable with that pattern, because that's going to be continuing the intro and the first part of the song. Simple enough, right? So once you've got that, now let's add in the left hand. So that's going to be our first finger barring over the 7th fret, and as you can see, I've got these little fret markers here. This guitar actually doesn't have any fret markers on it, but I thought for the purpose of this video it might help you guys just to visually see where I am on the neck. So I'm starting on the 7th fret here, so first note here. So the first 4 notes are all on that 7th fret. And then we're going to hit our 12th fret harmonic, followed by, so try that. Repeat that in a loop. And I'll repeat that 7 times, so I guess 8 times total. And for the last time, as you can see there, it's written on the tab in bar 2. That I go, the last time, very last bar, I don't play this note. So you just kind of leave out that last note. And what that does is it gives me a second to shift my hand over so that I'm ready to play the next part, which is actually pressing down the strings on the next part. So now we're going to move to bar 3, the main intro, and this is with my 2nd finger on top here at the 7th fret. And again, yeah, if you haven't got the tab, it's going to help a lot. I'm just going to kind of briefly go over the video, just kind of, yeah, I'm not going to explain it in full detail, but it'll definitely help if you're reading the tab and watching this video at the same time. So I highly encourage you to do that if you haven't already. And if you haven't, let's get started. Bar 3. So that's our first part here, and all of my fingers are here on the 7th fret, starting the 2nd finger, 3rd, and 4th. And then we're just going to kind of loop that like we did the first harmonic part. So I play that 3 times, and then the next part that I'm going to move to is this 5th fret here with my 1st finger. That's bar 6, and then we've got this part, which is just an octave, which I'm hitting with my 1st finger and my 3rd finger, followed by the middle. So that looks like this again, bar 6. And let me just break it down, as we've got this kind of pattern happening with the right hand. We have a bass line happening with that melody, and it's going. listen for that as I do this part here. I didn't play it 100% perfect, but this part here. So that's going to be our quick transition part in bar 6. So let's do that again. Chord, and then we're just going to move that first finger here on the 4th fret up 1 string to the 5th, and then we're going to continue that pattern. So these 2 fingers here are staying on the 7th fret for basically this whole passage. So the only thing that's moving around is that bass. Flew by that last part here. So let's go from where we left off at bar 7, going and then bar 10. And bar 10 is basically just where we started from here. We're just moving that up 1 string to the 6th. So once again, really slow. Here is bar 3 to bar 10. So there we go. Once you have that, then try transitioning from the first part, bar 1 and 2, over to adding that part in. So here, let's try that. Bar 11, we're just going to continue as we did. But bar 13, we're going to do this low octave D here. So 13 is going to go. And then bar 14. So again, starting at bar 11. As you can see too, I also skipped over mentioning that the fingers going here. So with that bass line happening, it's kind of so just try that bass line and then go. This is a good reason why you need the tab, because I just skipped over that one note there that we added in when we go on, was that bar 6, where we go, and then so we're moving that index finger from here. So forget what I said about the bass line initially. It goes. From there to bar 11. Bar 13 we have the low bass. And bar 14 is the same as before. Moving that index finger. Then we're going to move to bar 15. Oh. And now the last time we went up here, remember? But this time we're going to actually move to our 6th fret, so kind of the major 7th here before the octave. So again, starting bar 15, and I'm using my 2nd finger for that, and then bar 19, we're going to move back to harmonics after playing this open bass note. shift. So we're playing the exact same part as before, just like the intro, and we're ending on this note here. 7th fret kind of pluck with the thumb and first finger. So all together, let's do that whole intro from the beginning, the harmonics to playing the notes, and then back to the harmonics again. Here we go. Low note, semitone, back to harmonics. And I do a little bit, kind of slow down that last part just on the last harmonic run. Then we're going to move on to the next part, which is kind of the verse, kind of the A section, you could say, starting at bar 23. So it just looks like a plain old D chord here with our bass note, and you can arpeggiate that. So that's our first bar, bar 23, so try that. Then bar 24. Then our pinky's going to come in, put on the 3rd fret here, so bar 23. And now we're gonna slide our pinky up to the 5th fret here and keep these 2 fingers here. So now we have this chord. And we're gonna also arpeggiate that. So the first part, pinky slide up, and then from there we kind of continue the same pattern as before. And now when we get to this part here on bar 26, we're gonna, I actually switch, you can see I'm using my 2nd finger here, but I switch to my 3rd finger, and that's right on that note, the 4th quarter note of bar 26. So when it goes from just before that, bar 25, I switch that note right here so that I'm ready to slide up. So you're playing this note, then you're playing the 2nd fret here, sliding up to the 7th fret. So try that. Switch fingers. The reason I switched that fingering is so that we're able to move up to this chord here, which is kind of the same that we started from, right? We got this D chord here, and now it's up here. So the first part up to there, starting at bar 23, here we go. Down our 3rd finger for that note here on the 7th fret. So it's, and you're sliding that up. You want to hear all those notes. Really, you want to hear that rich sustain, which you can really hear, especially with that tone wood amp. And then from here, we're going to play our open 5th note, our G. So. Pull off we have here from the 2nd finger pulling off to the 1st. So from and then I slide back down to my 2nd finger here. So from, and then you want to land with your 2nd finger. It's really important the fingering on this. Your hands are just going to kind of be jumbled around if you don't pay attention to that. So that really helps. And then back to the D. And then we've got this pull off with the pinky on the next part, which is bar 30, and we're going to go. So that's pinky here to the second finger to open. So. And then our next note is here on the first finger, and then open to the second fret. So it's without the right fingering, it looks like this, just to show you guys. And now with the right fingering, so let's try just before that. Let's go from, yeah, let's just do 29 into that. So. Then the next part is kind of the same as the first part, bar 23. Sorry, bar 31 is similar to bar 23, so we play that D again. And then again we move up here. So that's all the same. And then we go. So we've got kind of this pull-off thing happening here. And in between those, we're going to play our D. So try that. So again, that is on bar 34. So from just before that, 33. And then we're going to move up to a new chord that we have here on bar 35. We're moving to an A. So this here is a 7th fret 6th string, 7th fret 4th string, 6th fret 3rd string, 5th fret 2nd string. So together, that's kind of the chord. And now the sequence that we play, again, helps to have the tab. We're going to go, and then an open E at the top. And then we're going to move our pinky down momentarily, just one string down. As you can see, we're just going to jump down, keep the other fingers there. We're going to go. So again, that is at bar 36. As soon as we hammer that on, we're going to pull it off again. So practice that. And again, if you're trying to learn this without the tab, it's kind of confusing because the note sequence is kind of weird, but it's all just to highlight the melody as much as possible. So again, reiterating for the 3rd or 5th time now, it's so important to have the tab. It's just going to help you out a lot. So here we go from bar 35. And now, as you see, we've got on bar 38, we've got 6 hammer on to 7, which is actually, it's actually a slide. I'm really terrible at making tabs, and that's supposed to be a slide, so ignore that hammer on. But it's going with our second finger. We're just going to slide it up to the 7th fret, and then we've got this new beautiful chord here, and that's going open 5th string, 7th fret, open 2nd string, and 9th fret here. So from just before that, and that is bar 39. So that's the arpeggio pattern there, and then we're going to take that pinky off and move our third finger here to the 7th fret, so we have this chord. So from there, bar 38. Next chord. And then our next note is going to be the 4th fret of the 6th string. And then, if you can remember that chord that we did at the beginning of the song, going this one here. So I want you to play this same chord here, 2, 3, 5. Now we're going to reach up and really stretch your 3rd finger to get this 4th string, or sorry, the 4th fret at the 6th string right at the top. So you have this chord. So basically, from this slide part, we've got this chord, the arpeggio to this chord, and then we're going to move to this chord. So if you can practice setting this up, oops, not that one, that's the one. So, and then actually the next chord after that, I'll show you a little bit ahead. We're going to take off our pinky and bar the 1st finger here. So our 4 chords. Helps if you just practice that, and then you can add in the arpeggio. Then we're going to move. The first note you play is there. And then to this chord, the 4th one I showed you. Again, and that's by barring this 1st finger all the way down, putting our 2nd finger here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and keeping that 3rd finger up top. So. And now moving to bar 47, we have an entirely new chord we haven't played yet, and it's this one here, 2nd fret, the 6th string, open 2nd and 3rd string, and then 2nd fret on the high E string. We've got, and so that's kind of the first initial chord we play with. Oh, I'm not paying attention. You just can't see the right hand there so well. So you kind of arpeggiate that chord, and then we're going to put down our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And we're going to continue. So that's bar 47. And right after that, we've got another one of these pull-offs. And then we're going to put, as soon as we pull off that pinky, we're going to put it up just one string above. So from bar 47. So try that. Let's go, actually, just before we conclude this part, let's continue from where we started this slide up on bar 38, and let's just kind of recap what we've done so far on that. Chord. And that's where we left off. And let me skip to the next page here. So, and we've got, again slowly. That's right after the. these two notes together. And then we're going to move our, we're going to have one little shift here going to our third finger. So we're moving to our third finger on the second fret of the second string, and then we're moving our first finger down just one string, jumping down to the second fret of the fifth string. So we're playing this second string here, and then we're gonna play the bass and then hammer on. So, and follow that with a 6-string bass note. So again, so just try those 4 notes, because that part can be a little bit tricky when you bring it up to speed. So from just before that pull off, chord, so practice that a few times just to get used to the finger shift that's happening there, starting from the pull off here. Oh, let's try that again. I made a mistake. We're just back to kind of the D chord. And I'm playing this with my first and pinky finger just because that's... You can move it to the second finger if that's easier. It's a little bit awkward kind of playing like this. It makes sense when you're... Unless you want to hammer on to the third finger. It's up to you. So from there... That's basically it, that whole first part. So let's just recap on that before we move forward again. So let's go from the beginning of the verse up until where we just stopped. So here we go, this is bar 23, here we go. Switch finger. And slide up and slide in to this chord. Page up here. And again, we don't have enough time to go over all the fingerings that I have. I'm trying to do most of them for the left hand, but if you're wondering what's going on in the right hand, sorry, I'm still kind of cutting off the video here a little bit, but it's all written in the tab, so you can go over that if you have any questions on which fingers I'm using for what string. So after that, we're going to be at bar 55, which goes back again to that kind of harmonic intro that we did at the beginning of the song. So that's going... So from there, we move to part 2 of this melody, which is adding in a harmony, and we're going. So on bar 58, we're starting with this chord here. So first finger on the 5th fret, 6th fret with our 2nd finger. I'm playing those with my 2 fingers here. And it's hammering on fingers 1 and 2 to fingers 3 and 4, both on the 7th fret. This is bar 59 now. Open bass after that. Then we're going to slide our pinky up just 1 fret. So. And then on bar 61, we have this chord. We're going to shift up to play the 7th fret and 10th fret with the open B here. Both these actually. So. And then from there, once we have our 3rd finger is going to come in handy to slide up from the 9th fret to the 11th. So. Up here. And then after we play that open D string, we play a harmonic here with our pinky. And then we do kind of a harmonic arpeggio on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. So to recap up to that, here we go, starting at the end of bar 58. String, so, and then we've got harmonics after that. We're just going to keep our pinky over the 12th fret to play these next few notes, and then we come back to this chord, and we're going to slide it down to the 7th fret, which we're going to play with our 1st finger barring on the 7th fret. So that whole part here. Bar 63. And then we're open bass. Now 66, we have this kind of pull-off thing happening, and that's starting with the 2nd finger on the 8th fret. And then our 3rd finger is going to come up to the 9th fret of the 3rd string, pull off to the 7th fret, and then play the string above it on the 9th fret, and then a pull off. So 9, 10, 9 to the 7th fret. So 66 goes like this. That was sloppy, let me try it again. So let's go from just before that, bar 65, into that section. Sorry, starting with the bar here, of course. And then once we have that, we're going to just lay down that finger to play the next 3 strings. Bar 67. Now this chord here, open 7, 7, 10. Again, sliding up 9 to the 11th. Then we're going to play this. We're going to slide that down 2 frets. Fret played with the third and fourth strings, and then pulling that off to this. So we're going the whole sequence. So try that. So let's start from that, just after that pull-off section. 67. And then we come back to this chord. Remember this A that we played here. So you can set that up again. Hammer-on pull-off that we have. And again, bar 74 I wrote a hammer-on, and it is a slide, so make note of that. And we're going to repeat, basically this is the exact same as the last part, so let's just go a little bit back and recap on verse 2, starting at bar 59. And then we'll go from there, since we already know that part. So here we go, just before verse 2, bar 59, hammering on into it. Section, which we already know, so let's continue from there. Bar 79, switching chords. And to the next part. Page turn. So those last three notes of bar 90. I actually do a pull off here. I didn't put it on the tab. You can do it if you want. Into bar 91, we've got our second finger on the 4th fret, third finger just below that, pinky just below that. And then we're going to put our first finger down on the 2nd fret here and play these two notes together. One more fret to the 3rd, and then we're going to slide that all the way up to the 10th fret. So it sounds like this. And I should have mentioned that too. It looks like there's a slide on the standard notation and nothing on the tab, but you can slide that up from the 3rd fret to the 10th fret. Play the open 5th string. So from here, bar 91. Slide up. little bar here. On the 7th fret, bar those two. Then we're going to play the 9th fret here with our 3rd finger, and the 8th fret with our 2nd, and it's a pull off back to that bar that we have here. And then we're going to play it, so that's right on 96. And then from there we're going to move to, and that's with fingers 1 and 2 on the 5th and 6th fret. And then we're going to move our 3rd finger all the way up to the 7th fret of the 6th string, and then we're going to continue this A chord like we had before. So bar 97, and then we're going to kind of re-loop the bridge again from there. Or it's up to you if you want to go from here. So from 97 you could either go and you could pull off your pinky and then play the open 2nd string, or you can play it here. It's the same thing. So it's up to you, whatever one you decide is better. I don't know, some days I like one over the other. Just depends. Feel free to go with whatever one you like. And then repeat top of the bridge, bar 99. Chord, slide that 1st finger up, slide it all the way up to the 10th fret again. And now when we're here, you want to pay attention to the fingering. I did the 3rd finger there, but you want to actually use your 4th finger, because when we do the 4th finger, pinky, we're going to slide it down to the 7th fret. So going from bar 101, try this. Sliding that pinky from here, because this is going to get you ready for the next chord, which is a bit of a stretch. We're going down to the 4th fret, and then we're going to place our 3rd finger just above that pinky. So we've got kind of this 4, open, open, 7, 7 chord. And then those 3 together. So let's go just before that. Now to bar 103. And then we're just going to move our pinky up 1 fret for this next part. And we're playing this open D in between with our 1st finger. So kind of the chords are hitting with my 2 fingers here, and the in between is hitting with my 1st finger. Kind of like that. So. Slide up this chord like we did before, 7 and 10. So, and then we have that's right. I wanted to mention this is also another important part where we have an important finger change here. That 7th fret that we play at the top, so just after we play bar 104, so we're playing that with our 1st and our 4th finger, and we're going to add our 2nd finger to the top that's going to play that 7th fret on the 6th string. And then if you watch closely, our index finger is just going to move back just 1 fret. We're going to arpeggiate that chord. Kind of this suspended, kind of like this. Oh. before that, let's go from bar 103. So reach up the second finger. 106. And just hold that chord for a second. And then we're going to go from the 10th and 6th fret. We're just going to slide each of those down 2 frets. So you can do that, or whatever's easier. I do this one now. Actually, when I wrote the tab and initially played this song, I did this. You can achieve the same thing here on the first finger. Here. That's on the 6th and 5th string. And you're sliding that down too. So it's up to you. You can do that chord shape, slide it down, or this one, and slide it down, whatever is your preference. But just for the sake of following the tab, let's do this one. So starting at bar 107. And we're going to slide up. It's going to be our second finger, so the way that I did it here, where I showed you, we're kind of sliding into this chord anyways. So that's why I just didn't think to do this at the time when I wrote the song and the tab, but I said, oh hey, the same thing is right here. So anyways, just a little side note, if it's easier for you to play this. But let's just follow the tab here again. Bar 107. Sliding just a little mini slide from the 5th to 6th fret, and our first finger on the 5th fret at the first string, and then we're going to slide that 6th fret up to the 7th, and we're going to place our third finger on the 7th fret of the first string, we're going to slide up, that second finger is going to go 7th to 9th fret, and then our third finger is going to go to the 9th fret here. So this is bar 110. From 9 to 11, again that second finger again moving up. Now this one we have our first finger come in at the 10th fret. So bar 111. Then that second finger is going to move up from the 11th fret to the 12th. Our third finger is going to come into play again here on that same fret on the first string. And then with my thumb, I go, it's kind of a full chord. You're strumming the open 5th string. So let's try that whole ascending part, starting from bar 106 here, where we go. 107. Slide up. So. Slide up to 9. 110. And then you're going to move up and strum that whole chord. And you can just let that ring for a second. I'm going to hit that as loud as you can, give it as much sustain as possible. And then we're going to pull off to the 10th fret, and we have this kind of descending line now that goes in there. So I don't show it on the tab, but this is going, it's a pull off, but if it's too much, you can just play it. after that. And you can play the 12th fret, pull off to 9, hammer on to 10th fret, then we're moving on, flipping the page, moving on to bar 115. Oops. So, sorry, again, I made a mistake there. 7th fret, we're starting at bar 115. Down to the 5th fret. And then we have this chord we land on. So let's try that from here. And kind of this pattern that I'm doing. If you want to get the hang of the pattern that I'm doing, just try it on these two notes, the 9th fret and 10th fret. So it's pluck, pluck, hammer on, pluck, pull off. So that's kind of the pattern that I'm using. Oop, let me try that again. So again, it's kind of hard to see. Again, I'm terrible at making tabs, but again, that's why I'm doing the video, to kind of help you guys see what's going on here. So again. From there, we're going to have this chord, 2nd fret, 5th string, and then pull off to the open 1st string, 2nd fret, 2nd string, pull off to open, play it again, up 1 string, 2nd fret, pull off to open, 4th fret, 4th string, 2nd fret, we just let that ring for bar 121. So again, going from this top descending pattern, let's try that nice and slow. And I think in the video I kind of do a, instead of playing that, that's just doing a bend on the 6th fret on the 5th string there. So again, one more time. And watch how I, at the full speed, watch how I fluctuate with the tempo. So try that for yourself. You can see how it's kind of pushing and pulling a little bit with the time. So try that. Starting, speeding up, and then slowing down, speeding up, and then slowing down. You let those two notes ring out. So again, let's turn back a page, and let's start at the bridge there, once again on bar 91, and we'll recap just where we went, and then we'll go to the ending. So here we go. Bar, talk and play guitar at the same time. Same thing as last time. Slide up. Second finger. New chord. And hold that for a second, and then we're going to move this down. Bar 107. Hold it for a second, and now the descending part. Chord. And let that ring out. Get a little bit of that sizzle happen. And once the note kind of dies, I just kind of let it slide down. Take a breath, and then we start the harmonic ending, the last part of the song. So this is basically the same melody that we had at the intro of the song, now in harmonics. So we're going to achieve that with our pinky, plucking the 7th fret of the second, third, and fourth strings, followed by a bass note. That's kind of an arpeggio. We're going to do an artificial harmonic here. So that involves our first finger on the 3rd fret and doing a pinch harmonic here on the 15th fret. So here's my 12th fret, I'm going up 3, because here on this side I'm going up 3. 1, 2, 3, which means from the 12th fret I've also got to go up 3. 1, 2, 3, and then playing that. So starting from bar 122. We're going to slide that up to the 5th fret. So try that. Some people find it easier to pluck with their thumb, and I do it a lot of the time. And actually in this song I'm doing a mix between this artificial harmonic with my thumb and with my pinky. So try both. Both have their uses. Sometimes you want to play a bass note while you're doing a harmonic like that. And sometimes you just want to play it with the thumb. So experiment with your, again, that's for those of you who have never done this. You're pressing down your index finger on the 3rd fret. You're hovering your right index finger over the 15th fret, and then you're going to pluck that with either your thumb or your pinky. And then you're going to slide up to the 5th fret with your left hand. So try that. So starting from 122. And now we have just the single 7th fret at the 3rd string here. Then, just like our first sequence of harmonics, we have it now on the 5th fret. And now we're changing to the open 5th string. Let that ring, and then play it again. Then we're going to set up our first finger here on the 5th fret while plucking an artificial harmonic here on the 17th fret. So again, that's here. Place that finger down, pluck an artificial harmonic, and then while we're holding this index finger down, we're going to reach our pinky up to play this. So once to recap. Followed by an open bass note, D. And now we have this kind of sweeping arpeggio in harmonics. So with the thumb, we're going to play our 7th fret here on the 6th string. And then I try and do a rest stroke with the thumb, which is kind of a classical technique which involves just playing the string into the next string. And the reason I do that is because the next note is also the harmonic below that, and then the next one is below that, and I continue all the way down. So the first 4 notes you can try as a rest stroke. Try that. You can also do it by, but you have to, it's a lot more work to move your thumb out and back again when you can just push it down. Try that. And then we're going to play a 12th fret harmonic here. And I play that with the index finger. And then once I play that, I kind of jump my finger. You could do a rest stroke here. And then I'm going to do a sweep here. Really slowly. That looks like this from here. See that open string is there at the bottom, followed by these harmonics. So just try that and see if you can get an even kind of rhythm with that. And once you have that, then try the note before it. And once you've kind of got that even and that feels easy, then add in the part going down and then sweeping up. That, and then the next part we have bar 132. We're back to the 7th fret harmonics. And we're going to do pinch harmonics, setting up the 3rd fret here again, and sliding up just like we did at the beginning, followed by a bass note, bar 133, and bar 135 is going to be playing that harmonic once we've slid it up. So, sorry. We're gonna play. Then we have the 5th fret at the 3rd string, followed by the 7th fret 2nd string, followed by the 12th fret 1st string. So, all together. Try that. First one's a pinch harmonic. Next ones are all plucked harmonics with the right hand. And once you've got that, then I put my 3rd finger here on the 7th fret. And the 4th and 2nd fingers I'm using here on the 7th fret and the 6th fret. So again here, and then you're going to pluck them twice, and the second one's going to be sliding up. And this is a little bit weird because you're sliding from the 7th and 6th to the 9th and 7th, and then up 2 more frets. So just try that. It's a little bit awkward with those fingers, but it's the only way you really kind of do it. So from there, bar 136. So, and then we can play 7th fret with our first finger. So we're first playing it here with our third finger. Then we're going to slide that up 2 frets. Play our 7th fret with our first finger. Now we've got an artificial harmonic on the 6th fret. So you've got to find where that is. You're going to play your 6th fret here on the 3rd string with your index finger, then you're going to find where that is here. And then we've got, just like we have this part that we did from before. So now we're going. So instead of playing that note here like we've always done, sliding it and not hammering it on as it's shown in the tab, we're going to play our 24th fret, which is up here, and it helps with me because I have a magnetic pickup for a reference, so I know exactly where that note is, but you may have to find where that is on your guitar, and sometimes it helps to make like a little black Sharpie mark, and then you can hit it every time and you don't have to guess, because if you're a little bit off, it's the difference of that, you know, you hit it and not even hear the note. So just a little tip there, and see if you can get those two to ring out on top of each other. So and once we've got that, then just like we played the chord before and we put down our pinky here on the 9th fret, we're also going to do that again. But so from here we're going, and I'm doing a pinch harmonic here. Oh, again, not being able to see the screen that well. You're going to have to kind of find where this is. For me, it's right at kind of the edge of where my neck is on the guitar, but for you it may be different. But that's kind of the sweet spot for that one. So that's the 9th fret harmonic there. So all together, followed by an open 5th string, and then we kind of have this arpeggio while that note rings out. So there we're gonna go. Oh, and I forgot one important little thing. Once we play this, as soon as we play that, a little reminder to move your index finger up, because then you go. We're going to do kind of this roll with our right hand, going middle, index, thumb, and just repeating that. So. And you're kind of speeding it up as you go. So try that. From here, move that first finger up and then try the roll, bass, and as you can see we're going on to the 10th of the 12th page, so I'm going to jump to that. Finger here, our pinky, to our 2nd finger on the 7th fret. Then we're going to also hit this. So we're moving from. So just try that. Get to know where those 2 spots are on your guitar, and then you want to aim for the first one. So then take off the pinky, put on that 2nd finger, and pluck that one. So try that whole sequence. Move up that first finger, bass, roll, speed it up, pinky off, 2nd finger on, pinch harmonic on that 7th fret, and then continue that roll sequence that we did. Now the next one, you can take a little breath, a little pause. Now we're going to move our pinky to our 5th fret of the 1st string, and again we're kind of moving down 2 at a time. We're going So just try that and see where those notes are in your guitar. And take a moment. Then that's going to be the start of our next part. And we've got, oops. Now for this one, it's a little tricky because we've got to move our third finger all the way up to this one. So you remember this chord from before. If you think of these chords, just like we did before, it's going to be the same thing. So it's going to be the exact same chords with the left hand. Now we're just doing kind of this pinch harmonic roll sequence in this bridge section. Slow it down, change position, pinky here, pluck harmonic, then reach that third finger up to the 4th fret. So, and you want to make sure you're playing the 3rd and 2nd. So, then we're going to take off that pinky, and remember we're going to bar with that 1st finger. So we're going to play pinch harmonic. Again, I'm using my pinky for all of these from here. So let's go from that one again, starting at bar 147. Now just before bar 151, continue that rolling sequence, slow it back down. Then we're going to change to our 3rd finger being here on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and then we're going to play our bass. So on this last chord that we have, this one goes a little bit longer. I think I play another bass note and slow it right down. Let's just get that far before we move on to the next part, because that's a whole other thing. So let's go from, let's go from the top of this harmonic bridge right up to there. So starting at bar 122. Here's our roll. Now we're moving to the 6th fret here. Bass note. Remember to move that 1st finger up. You can move the 1st finger or your 2nd finger here, whatever's easier. Flip the page or scroll up on your trackpad if you're on your laptop like I am. Next harmonic, take the pinky off to that 7th fret here. Continue that pattern. Switch positions, pinky on the 5th fret. Stretch that 3rd finger up to the top. Continue that rolling sequence. take the pinky off and then play 2nd fret harmonic. And once you slow it down, then change positions here. Another bass in if you want, just to keep that sustain. Slow it right down to a halt. And now we've arrived at bar 162. So from here we're going to go, we're going to keep that third finger on the bottom here, 2nd fret, and we're going to go. And for this one, I'm switching from doing the harmonic with pinky with my 1st finger now. So from just a little note there, and we're going to move up 1 string, or sorry, up 1 fret, moving that pinky down. Then we're going to jump over to the 19th fret. Oop, sorry, I went 1 too soon. So these 2 notes here, 19th fret. Play that 2nd note here. So again, following the tab. So again, recapping from bar 162. Kind of a harmonic, pluck, 2nd fret here, and then since we're gonna move our 3rd finger here, just jump it up 1 string to the 2nd, and then play that pinch harmonic on the 14th fret of the 2nd string. So try that. Followed by bass pluck here on the 4th string, 19th fret. So let's recap on those whole 6 bars starting at 162. And hold that while you flip the page. Oh. Or not. It's not letting me go to the last page. Okay, well I guess that's the end of the song. Okay. Wait. 1 minute here. There we go. Alright. So from just before that, sorry about that, let me just recap here. At the end of page 11, let's just go on that very last line here. 2nd fret artificial harmonic, 19th fret, and now our final page. So we're not plucking that 19th fret that's written there, the 1st note of 168. That's just ringing over from the bar before. We're going to play. You can either pull it off or just play it as a open D. Then we're going to reach up here. fret on the 6th string, down 1 string, then move your first finger to the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and we're going to do kind of this harmonic strum. So it's 7, 7, 7, 7, 5. And then you're going to slide it up to the 7th fret. Check it out. And your last note is the 6th string followed by the 10th fret here. So last part. It's probably easier just sliding up that first finger. So let's recap on this whole section here. Starting at bar 138. So starting on the 6th fret here. Fret, continue, and then switch positions, pinky on the 5th fret, reach up that 3rd finger, continue the pattern, take the pinky off, bar the 1st finger, really practice that speeding up and slowing it down with that arpeggio part. And then, and with this part, I like to move back to the bridge on this last one. It kind of gives it a cool color of sound. Then we're coming up to bar 162. Move our 2nd fret, 2nd string. And then we have our open. You can either play it or actually just pull off my 2nd finger since it's already on there. So I just pull that off. So try that out, whatever's easier for you. We're going to move up to the 12th fret. And there you have it. That is farewell. And now it is dark out over here. So started when it was sunny, and yeah, and now it is evening time. I gotta go get something to eat. And but before I do, let's recap on everything. Let's go over the whole song from the very beginning. So flip back to page number 1. We're just gonna go over everything from the top, and then you guys will have finished everything that is in this lesson. So here we go, starting at the very top. bar 23. Here we go. Page turn. A little slow down there. Into bar 39. Oop. Change positions. Take that pinky out. New chord. Turn the page. From 51 again, I made a mistake. Back to the re-intro. Now on to verse 2. So dark I can't even see my fretboard anymore. Moving down. Here we go. Continue that bar. Slow it down. Flip the page. Change the chord. And now transition to the bridge. part, we're sliding that pinky down to the 7th fret, grabbing the 4th fret of the 6th string, rest, now play, slide it down 2 frets, take a little breath. That ring, a little bit of that string sizzle. We're going to move on to the harmonic ending. Start with that 5th fret. Arpeggio. First finger on the 6th fret, 4th string, 3rd string, sorry. 24th fret. And move up that one finger, either your index or your 2nd finger. Start to speed it up. Take off your pinky, move to the 3rd finger on the 7th fret. Up, slow down. Move to the 5th fret with your pinky. Down to the 2nd fret. Speed it up and slow it down again. Turn the page or scroll down. Then change chords to this one here. And then try moving back to the bridge. Speeding it up. Slowing it down as you come back. Turn the page one last time. Let that harmonic ring out, that last one. Then either pull off to the open D or pluck. Get a little more of that string sizzle for the ending. And there you have it. That is Farewell. And now it's completely dark and it's time for bed for me. So let me know what you guys think. Feel free to comment below and give me some feedback, what you like, what you didn't like. Maybe some more videos, what you'd like to see, different techniques, different songs, any of that. Be happy to hear from you. So yeah, until next time. Thank you for checking out Farewell. And also feel free to post a cover video if you like, and tag me my YouTube channel you have here, but on Instagram and Facebook you can find me at Calum Music. And yeah, so post a little Instagram or YouTube video. Would love to see what you guys are doing, and yeah, hope to see you guys out on the road somewhere. So take care. Thanks again.